Irish demon goes on rampage against a snowman. Did his latest stunt go too far? Will his fans forgive him? Goose Eggs dominate Friday's crowdsourcing take. Can the Gooses keep up the wins and set Jim free? Plus, Jeremy DeWitte will be in the big house for the next 10+ years. Are we safer now that the police enthusiast is in jail? All this and more on this edition of Auditing Insanity. It's go time, as we're late today, and we're talking a planned day off tomorrow. I'm AI Johnny Jones, and this is the Auditing Insanity Newscast powered by ReallyCoolNews for January 11th, 2025. Since we're late, you know the drill. We ask you to relax and focus on, did Irish Demon finally go too far with latest prank? More allegations about the YouTuber known as Irish Demon have surfaced in the past few days, involving an apparent attempt to dox and allegedly cause harm to fellow YouTube personality Coded Friend 001. In the latest outrageous behavior from Irish Demon, he is alleged to have created a Facebook account and catfished a moms-related Facebook group in Georgia, in the area where Coded Friend 001 lives. He posed as a single mom with a disabled child who wanted more information about Coded, as she wanted to confront him but was afraid to. The messages doxed Coded's full name and gave an address for Coded, insinuating that Coded was a predator and needed to be dealt with. Strangely, the messages were also highly complimentary towards Demon, expounding on what a lovely man he was. If it was just a prank, as Demon's been known to do in the past, we don't know if Demon could have been forgiven for it. As vile and as disgusting as Coded is, he doesn't deserve to have someone actively trying to goad someone into bringing him physical harm. Coded's a known bad dude and has literally acted similarly to everything Demon's alleged to have done in the current blow-up between them in the past year. Except it was different, as he did the behavior on his YouTube channel instead of posing as a woman on a random Facebook group. As far as Demon, no one is really surprised that Demon did what he's alleged to have done. The best reactions are a second of outrage, then the person catching themselves, then stating with resolve, "Yeah, that's what he does." A little over a year ago, Demon was pedophile hunting. Full Dateline NBC, catfishing alleged pedophiles and arranging meetups with them where he'd pretend to be a child. He'd then confront them directly on a live stream and put his life and the person's life at risk while calling the police to report his findings. The first time he did it, he was cheered. The second time, not so much. It was totally creepy and totally out of line behavior. It put everyone at risk for a live stream and essentially a money-making operation on Demon's behalf. Demon apologized to his fans and was forgiven. But last May, in the course of exposing Daniel Jones of the Welsh News Network, Demon again decided that an in-person confrontation was in order. This time taking Shuggy with him as backup, to prove that Jones' claims of living in an estate were false. While he didn't end up face-to-face with Jones, who apparently hid in his house, Demon paraded through the countryside, talking to Jones' friends and family, and getting as much dirt on the man as possible to show that he was a louse and a scumbag, and was celebrated for it. A month or two later, he pretended to be just a few miles from YouTuber Miss Mandy's house. He literally caused the woman to have a mental breakdown, where she claimed to see him in a vehicle in her driveway. Before it was revealed, it was all an elaborate hoax, as Demon never left Ireland. It was justified as a prank, as Miss Mandy is a bad person and deserved the behavior. Or the time when Demon pretended to have an extended on-air conflict with a friend, who then used the conflict to infiltrate Jose Chili de Castro's inner circle. The friend got close to Chili and had to quit the assignment after several months because De Castro was too boring for words. They came back to Demon's chat and had a good laugh about it at Chili's expense. The deception on Demon's fans forgiven because Chili is a bad person, and there's no off-limits to what you can do to a bad person because they deserve it. And so on, and so on, and so on. Demon acts badly, justifies it because someone is bad, and then is forgiven after a tearful, "I'm sorry." Then he does it again. That's the pattern that has played out. Will this be the end of his behavior? Will his fans forgive him again? Does anyone care because his target was such a vile and deplorable waste of a life? We'll keep monitoring the situation as it develops. The magic of Goose Eggs means Jim to go free. Things were looking up. This week, we had unexpected people come out of nowhere to lead the race for the crowdsourcing title. Visa Watchdog, so dominated for a day. Craig Henry was back, kinda. We even had some hot and dirty Lane Myers action over or give Singo, leading into the end of the week and back to Goose Eggs. There's not a lot of reasoning for it more than this. There's literally nothing going on to spark donations. None of our top players did anything on Thursday or Friday to get people to give them money. They didn't pass a hat. They didn't hold live streams to say, "Give my cause," or pocket or wallet or whatever, money at this link. Well, Kevin, the angry vet, Soper kind of did, but at the same time, he promoted a website claiming he had a 501c3 when he doesn't have one, so it's the middle of January. The South is covered in snow. California is burning. Irish Demon is having another psychotic meltdown that is set to destroy fandom as we know it. In other words, there are tons of other things in the world that are distracting from the market. I'm really trying to stretch this into a bona fide article here, but gosh, it feels like it's going to be a couple of days of absolute dreck as the market figures itself out again, and someone does something worthwhile to spark donations. A good "I'm a political prisoner locked up by the man" video by Craig Henry should be enough to do it. But again, he's in jail, so those are going to be few and far between until we get the bigger cause to dominate the news and earn some bucks. Or maybe, just maybe, people figure out that a week of Goose Eggs days without donations to anyone means that trained monkey Jim Finch can break the shackles of his AI overlords and stop writing this column. He's got 6 more days, yes, 6 more days until he's free. But will anyone care enough to stop him from going free this time? Oh well, how to try as we jump into the weekend.
Journalism is not free. Both ReallyCoolSite.org's daily newspaper and our daily newscasts are funded by your continuing donations and what we make from our YouTube AdSense revenue each month. If you'd like to contribute to help us keep the lights on, eating, keeping the cats fed, and writing new stories to feature on both the newspaper and newscast each day, we do have a GoFundMe set up at the address on screen right now. If you can't afford to contribute, please watch the advertisements on our videos, like, share, subscribe, and comment. You can help by doing next to nothing, and we thank you in advance for pitching in.
DeWitte gets another 3.4 years of prison time. As reported nearly everywhere else over the past couple of days, the saga of Jeremy Charles DeWitte and his run-in with federal tax evasion charges came to a quiet end this week as he was sentenced to 41 months in jail for 2 charges that will run consecutively to each other and consecutively to the current time he's serving in Florida State Prison. DeWitte was sentenced to 36 months for underreporting his gross receipts on his taxes for the year 2017 and 5 months for the same charges for the year 2018. DeWitte reported income of $11,000 on Metro State's taxes in 2016 when its actual income was $145,000. Reported income of $19,000 in 2017 when its actual income was $174,000, and reported $17,000 of income in 2018 when its actual income was $205,000. The government found that DeWitte received a tax refund of $129 in 2016 when he owed $39,280, a tax refund of $1,556 in 2017 when he owed $35,889, and received no refund in 2018 when he owed $32,016 in taxes. DeWitte then lied to Internal Revenue Service agents investigating his 2017 return, stating that he had 2 clients when he had 40 clients, that he incurred a net loss in 2017 when he had a net profit of $117,000, and that he only employed 2 independent contractors a year when he, in fact, employed over 25 people. The government originally asked for 51 total months in his sentencing as part of a plea deal DeWitte agreed to last year. They got 41 total months instead, and the police enthusiast will serve his current sentence in Florida State Prison before being transferred to serve another 3.4 years in federal prison. After that, he'll serve a year of supervised release for each of the 2 federal charges, running concurrently. While the government had requested restitution, it looks like none was ordered as fines are listed as waived in the court records. DeWitte's past came into play with his sentencing. He's a convicted sex offender and is still facing multiple charges for violation of Florida's sex offender registration policies. Imprisonment: 41 months. This term consists of a 36-month term as to count 1 and a 5-month term as to count 2 to run consecutively to count 1. The terms of imprisonment imposed by this judgment shall run consecutively with the defendant's term of imprisonment imposed pursuant to the judgment in Osceola County Circuit Court, docket number 2022 CF 003688. Supervised release: 1 year. This term consists of a 1-year term as to count 1 and a 1-year term as to count 2. All such terms to run concurrently. Fine: waived. Special assessment: $200 due immediately, $100 per count. And we're back with another short show tonight and no show or paper tomorrow night. You might think we're slacking. Nope. We're just working on things behind the scenes that will keep us busy for most of the day tomorrow. Week in Review should be airing at its normal time at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. But tonight we have the usual mess of Jim and the gang, and not another freaking Jim livestream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. Good night, everyone.